Central, all up in your ear. Digital radio. Digital radio.
Crystal clear sound.
KBGG. 88.1. 88.1 Waterloo.
Stand by. Three, two, one.
Good morning, everyone. This is the Allen Care Show, and I am Elisa Walker from Allen Hospital. The Allen Care Show is now in our 10th year here on KBBG, and I just want to say thank you to all of my monthly listeners. We will talk about women's health issues and ways you can keep yourself and your family healthy. As you know, women tend to make most of the healthcare decisions for our families. So we'll talk about things that will help you make those choices. We'll introduce you to the healthcare experts from Allen Hospital, Allen College, and United Medical Park. I have two very special guests with me today. First is Taylor Smith from the Allen Child Protection Center and Stacy Hesse from the Waterloo Police Department. Now, both ladies are here to talk about ways to keep our children and the family safe, as well as the community. Before you tell us a little bit about the program, Taylor and Stacy, tell us a little bit about yourselves and the background that you bring to your jobs.
Well, my name is Taylor, and I've been working at the Allen Child Protection Center now for about 2 years. But before then, I did a lot of advocacy work, and which kind of led me to the Child Protection Center. And what I do there is I kind of guide the family through the appointment. In just a little while, too, I'll talk a little bit about the Child Protection Center. But I just kind of guide the family through the appointment, talking to the caregivers, providing them resources in the community where they live, helping them through just kind of a tough time that they're going through. So, but like I said, I'll talk to you a little bit more too about what we do.
Thanks, Taylor. Stacy?
Hi, I have been with the Waterloo Police Department for about 15 years. I currently work as the investigator for the Domestic Abuse Response Team, and I also work internet crimes against children for our cyber crimes unit.
Well, I have two very special guests, as I said, and I just want to first of all say thank you for coming out, because I know both of you ladies are very busy. I understand that we're going to talk about two things today. The first is a Family Safety Expo that is coming up next Monday, April 20th at the Sportsplex right here in Waterloo, and the Allen Child Protection Center, which is here to help kids who have been or are being abused. So let's first start with the Family Safety Expo. What is that?
The Waterloo Police Department and the Allen Child Protection Center are going to host this Cedar Valley Family Safety Expo on Monday, the 20th, from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Sportsplex.
Okay.
Our goal is to engage the community and encourage victims to seek the help that they need and to know that they are empowered and that they have the support of the Cedar Valley. The week of April 20th is National Crime Victims' Rights Week, so that was what started this project.
Okay.
We will have over 20 different agencies participating in this to distribute information, to show support, to have children's activities, and teach everybody how to keep their kids safe, how to keep their family safe, and how to protect our own community.
Okay.
Drew and Heather Collins will be our honored guests. They will speak at our kickoff at 5 p.m.
Now, is there a cost?
There is no cost. This is absolutely free, open to anybody in the public. We will have food provided, we will have giveaways, we'll have information that you can take home with you. It'll be an opportunity to check out the new Cedar Valley Sportsplex. We'll have a soccer field open, a basketball court,
Wow.
an indoor play area. The fire department will have some of their vehicles there for the kids to check out. And the Waterloo Police Department will have child ID kits that we can provide to the parents with all of the children's information. We'll take their photograph, put it in that kit. So in the event that something does happen to their child, whether they are lost or missing, this is all information that they can provide to the police department quickly and efficiently.
Now, Stacy or Taylor, is there a need or reason why this type of event has to occur?
Well, our goal is really to keep children safe, and so we wanted to collaborate with all the agencies in Blackhawk County area on how to educate families and children on how to keep them safe. So there'll be a lot of education on, you know, the different resources that are available, and also some tips on, you know, how, like Stacey's been saying, how to keep your kids safe, and then also a lot of internet safety as well, because it's becoming huge.
Yes.
Everybody has cell phones now, so we really just, like I said, our goal is to protect kids, and that's why we really wanted to have this expo to kind of start talking about it.
Having that conversation is
Yes.
great. Name some of the agencies that collaboration is going to be taking place with.
We'd love to. Okay, here we go. Child Care Resource and Referral, Waypoint Services, Waterloo Fire Department, Cedar Valley Friends of the Family, Family and Children's Council, Amani Services, New Directions, Waterloo Police Department, Allen Women's Health and Together for Youth, Riverview Center, Child Protection Center at Allen Hospital, Tri-County Child and Family, Waterloo Community Schools League of Caring Students, Domestic Sexual Assault Outreach Center, CASA, Cedar Valley Character Counts, Family Health Chiropractic, Blackhawk County Baby Wearers, the Cedar Falls Police Department, the Blackhawk County Extension and Outreach, Women, Infant and Children, also known as WIC, Iowa Legal Aid, and Parent Partners.
Oh my goodness. I gotta give you guys a hand clap. That is amazing.
We're excited.
And
That is,
the community has done an awesome job at reaching out to us, saying, hey, we want to be involved.
now, will there be any other safety officers involved?
We'll have the Waterloo Police Department, the Cedar Falls Police Department, Waterloo Fire. We'll have hands-on activities for the
Okay.
kids. We'll have safety information and a wide variety of topics for parents about keeping themselves safe, their family safe, and of course the children.
Exactly. Now, are there like workshops? Will the kids be in one area, the parents be in another area? Can you kind of set that up
Yeah.
for us?
So the Sportsplex has invited us to come, and we are opening it up. And so in the big room, we'll have a lot of booths with all the education, and so families and children can go to those different booths. And in those booths, we'll have some free handouts as well, and some keychains and some pens and bags, so a lot of fun little things. And then going through kind of Sportsplex, there'll be some crafts in the hallway for kids to do while the parents are getting more information. And then we'll have the playroom, and there's, if you've ever been to the Sportsplex, there's this amazing play area for kids, and there'll also be kids' crafts. So the families can also be talking to those resources while the children are doing crafts. And then there's like a soccer area where they can play soccer and get that energy out before they go to bed. And then there's also going to be free food and drinks.
Yes, free is always so
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Now, Stacy, you had made mention about the safety kits. Now, does the children need to be there? Can a parent like bring a picture, or you would prefer for the child to be there?
Either way works just fine with us. If the kids are there, we'll take the picture,
Mhm.
print them out, and put them right in the kit before the parent leaves. If the children are not there, we'll absolutely give the kits to the parents, and they can take them home and fill them out on their own.
Is it one kit per family? Because I'm just thinking if there's like a grandparent and a parent or a guardian.
We will give you as many as you need, one per child, and then we encourage the families to keep updating the information to make sure that it's current. We also
Right.
have information that we'll provide about an app, a phone app, that the FBI has put out, so you can keep this information on your phone to keep it a little more current.
That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. What would be some of the presentations? I understand that you, Taylor, can go out to present information.
We are definitely working with other agencies as well, but one of the presentations we've been working on is protecting children from child molesters. And that title's kind of scary, but it's so informative. It is an amazing training to go through. And Stacey can talk a little bit too on how we kind of got started with this. But basically the training is We'll be presenting to others. We have been presenting to like Waterloo Police Department, Cedar Falls Police Department, and some community agencies as well on how to protect your children from child molesters, some safety tips. And this is just it was an eye-opener for me as well. I've been working kind of in this field for a while, and I thought I kind of knew some things, and when I went to a training and it talked about offenders, I was just mind blown. I was like, oh my goodness, this is what's going on. And so it taught us, it was a 2-day training, and it taught us how to basically teach others in the community and how to keep kids safe. Do you want to talk a little bit, Stacey, too, on the training?
The training we received basically is about how sex offenders groom not only children, but their entire families to get closer to the children. And like Taylor said, we're all very experienced in this area. And with the years of experience that we had, we were completely blown away by the information that we received. We all just wanted to lock our children up and never let them out of our sight again. But we would love to present to any organization, whether it be a church organization, a parent-teacher type organization, or anybody in the community. We would love to be able to present this information to show parents and community members how to protect their children and some of the things to watch out for. This is an adult-only presentation, so we encourage parents to come but leave their children in proper care, because we do talk about a lot of sensitive topics, and this is just not information that we want to share with the children.
Absolutely. What would be some safety tips that we can give parents?
Some of the things that we talk about is know the people that your children are spending time with, both adults and other kids, and be involved with your kids' activities. Know who their coaches are, know who's assisting with some of their extracurricular activities, and talk to your kids about safety often. This is not a one-time conversation that you have with your children. This should be something that you review over and over. Make sure that your child knows the trusted adults in their life that they can talk to. You know, maybe they're not comfortable talking to mom and dad about everything. Make sure they know somebody else that they can go to if they do have a problem. And last, we talk to parents about communicating with the schools. It's so important because your children spend so much time in the schools.
Yes.
If there is a problem going on with your children, the schools really do need to hear about it. Whether or not it started at school or maybe the after effects come about while the kid is in class, the school needs to be aware of the things that are going on in your children's life. So keep that communication open.
Stacey, you had made a really good point, and my mind is just on this word, and you mentioned the word grooming. So when you think about grooming, you know, how we prepare and how we stick with that, that is scary to me, you know, when they actually groom the kids.
And most of the time, you know, it happens in your home. It happens that you feel like somebody that you feel trusted with. And because that grooming behavior happens, they want that child to feel safe. And so they exclude that child and they start that grooming process. And then at this expo, safety event, we're going to be talking a lot about safety tips and how to keep your kids safe from those people, and how you can talk to your children about their private parts, about their bodies, about boundaries, about their phones, all those different things. Because a lot of times it's, okay, what do I need to do? How do I keep my kids safe? And it's a hard conversation, but we all need to be having it.
We like to call those moments teachable moments, you know, when we're sitting around the dinner table and there's kind of silence. What a way to include this information in.
Definitely, it's very important.
Taylor, Child Protection Centers, how many do we have in the state of Iowa?
Currently, we have 5 child protection centers in the state of Iowa, and we all do the same thing. We all protect children. We try, to educate communities, and really our goal is to help the children and families. So we are located in Waterloo. We started about 5 years ago, and
because this is the newest one, correct?
Yes, yep. We're because there was a need in the Cedar Valley to have. Otherwise, they have to go to Des Moines or Cedar Rapids, and that was kind of a drive for the families to go to. So some of the services, what we do is anytime there's an allegation of any form of child abuse in 27 counties, so we cover up kind of all the way up to the very north, to Alameda County, Decorah area, Da Vinci, the 27 counties. If there's an allegation of any form of abuse, the child comes to our center and has what we call as a forensic interviewer, doing an interview with the child, and then they go into a medical examiner with a nurse practitioner. And so we see children and dependent adults that have been suspected victims of sexual abuse, physical abuse, denial of critical care, which means like having drugs in the home, witnessing domestic violence, witnessing to a violent crime, witnessing to domestic violence, witness to abuse of other children. And then we also do sit-in interviews. So if one child, maybe something's happened to, we'll maybe interview, another child in the home just to see, if that child's safe and healthy and okay.
That's good, because I think a lot of times when we think about, being interviewed or the abuse itself, it doesn't normally include being a witness to an event. So that's good.
Yep, we want to explore all forms, because really anytime there's abuse that's occurring, it's affecting that child. And so our goal is to start that healing process for the family and the children, and get those resources for them, and get them to be, build that resiliency, and like I said, heal that family.
Now, how does CPC get involved?
Yep, so how we get involved is through mandatory reporters, contact ZHS or law enforcement. So let's say a child talks to somebody about something that's happened to them and allegedly abused. And so what that person will do is they'll call law enforcement, DHS, and then they'll open up a case, and then they contact us, and then they say, hey, I'm looking, like this is the child, this is what's going on, when can we get this child seen? And then we get them seen as soon as possible at the Allen Hospital, and set up an interview. And we have a couple of interviewers that are specially trained to talk to children in all forms of development, like I said, even dependent adults. So they've been through a lot of training, and they're very skilled at what they do. And then we also do a medical exam, and that's with their nurse practitioners, and they are very skilled as well. And they just do a head-to-toe physical to make sure their bodies are okay. And like I said, really start that healing process for the child, to reassure that child that they're okay, that their bodies are okay. Like I said, I'm a family advocate, so I just kind of talk to that family, making sure that they know the resources, kind of get them connected, and just really talking to them about everything that's going on.
Taylor, can you explain, you actually do not just have to be a mandatory reporter, anyone can call in an abuse allegation?
Thank you for clarifying that. Definitely. Any time that you hear any form of abuse, definitely call. You don't have to be a mandatory reporter. You could be just somebody that's hears something. Don't get too much information. Just get the facts of, okay, this is what's going on. This is the child's information to call, and keep on reporting this, because this is very important. And the child's telling somebody because they feel safe with that person. And if you don't do anything, then that child might not tell again. So we really want to keep that child safe and know that, if something's happened, that they can tell somebody. Because they're children, and we want to protect them. And if, somebody's not reporting, then, like I said, that they can keep on happening to them, and we don't want that.
For someone who don't know how to do a call, what would be an example that you can think of that would be like a call, like if someone is not a mandatory reporter?
Yeah, so for instance, like if let's say a child's been abused at home, and tells a friend,
Okay.
says, somebody's hurting me, this is what's going on. So that person should just, like I said, get enough information from the child. So who's been hurting them, what happened, but just leave it at that. We don't want to have that child interviewed. We just want the general facts, and then they can call their local law enforcement and DHS, and then they take over, and they'll ask you some other questions, and then from there on, they kind of start that process, the investigation. That's where Ms. Hesse over here gets involved.
So more the who and what.
Yeah, and just like I said, very generic questions. A lot of times we have kind of like, we want to know, because it's more of a curiosity of like, what's happened to this child, and it's not, you're not harming, it's just you think you want to know this information, you're going to protect that child. but we really want a trained person to talk to that child, because it can be harmful for a child to keep on retelling that story. So if they just told, saying, hey, this is what's happening to me, you just report it.
Yes. Why use a CPC and not just a doctor's office?
Yep, we're very child-friendly at our center. We're all friendly staff, and our center is very child-friendly focused. So they're not going into like an interrogation room or anything like that. It's very focused to them. When a child comes in, you know, our focus is on that child. We only interview that child once. Sometimes we've had situations where the child's had to come back, but it's very rare.
Okay.
But it's a one-time, situation. And then, like I said, the interviewers know what they're doing. They don't ask direct questions or leading questions, so it's very an open-ended dialogue with that child, and it's recorded. We tell the child it's recorded, and we tell them who's watching, and who's watching is typically law enforcement, DHS, because we like to work as a team. Sometimes DHS isn't involved, and only law enforcement, so we want, whoever the team is to be involved. We don't allow families or therapists to watch the interviews, and there's certain reasons why, but we tell the child who's watching, and there's cameras in the room, but they're very discreet, and it's not, like I said, an interrogation room. It's very friendly. But the reason why it's recorded is so that way they don't have to keep on retelling their story. They can start that healing process, and once that's done, then like Cassie would get that DVD, and then they would build their case from there.
How long normally does the interview or the process last?
So an interview can take up to really 5 minutes to an hour. It's really up to the child. If the child wants to be done at any point, they can leave. It really just depends on the development of the child. Usually when they're really little, they're not going to be talking a whole lot, and that's okay. Like I said, we really just kind of go off of their development and what's kind of appropriate. And if they're done, they're done. And then, like I said, they're going to the medical. And Hessie can probably explain a little bit more too about the investigation process, how long that takes.
Boy, that just varies from case to case. We want to make sure that we get all of the facts and the information that we can, because if somebody is abusing a child, we want to make sure that that is successfully prosecuted, and sometimes that does take time. But we like to stay in touch with the families and give them updates on how the case is going, and keep in constant contact with the Child Protection Center, just to make sure that, one, everybody is safe and remains safe, and two, that we bring justice to the person that is hurting children.
We've been talking a lot about collaboration and just all this community involvement. Stacey, I want to turn to you now, and how can the community serve as a collaborator with the police department?
This is something that we really encourage, because the police department is a resource to the community. We are here for the community. We want to work with the people in the Cedar Valley and Waterloo, and it takes cooperation from everybody. We encourage everybody to do their part to make this a safe place to raise their family, a safe place for us all to live, whether that is helping your neighbors and keeping an eye out for what's going on in your neighborhood, making sure that the children are safe. If you see something going on that you don't think is right, make sure you please report it. Whether we're protecting our own families, our neighbors, or our children, it takes the effort of everybody. The Waterloo Police Department is working so hard to make sure that our community is safe, but we really do need help from the friends and neighbors that are out there in the neighborhoods watching out.
That is awesome. I mean, just, because we tend to not look at the police department as a resource, but like you said, you're a resource, and the collaboration that takes place, it's amazing.
Exactly, and we're here to answer questions. If you don't know who to call, a lot of times the police department is the go-to person, and we can certainly point you in the right direction. But it definitely takes cooperation from everybody.
Taylor, I know we're kind of winding down. This has gone by so fast. Let's share a little bit more about this wonderful event that's on Monday, because we want everyone to come out and enjoy.
Definitely. Like we keep on mentioning, it's free, and it's from 5 to 7 at the Cedar Valley Sportsplex. We're going to have dozens and dozens of agencies, all kind of in the same goal, and that's protecting children and helping families know the resources and how they can talk to children, how they can talk to their grandchildren, even just neighbors. So we really just want everybody to be coming to this event, because all of our goal is to protect our children, and we all have a part in it. And so that's why we're all coming together to kind of share all this great information that's out there in our area. So, and it's also fun for kids. It's a fun event, and like I said, get them tired before bed, because there's going to be a lot of events for them to do while the parents can talk to other agencies. And like I said, there's different there's food, and there's different things that the child can do, and also free little handouts and things like that. So we're really, really excited about it, and we hope that everybody can come.
Like we say, free is always so good.
Yes.
And I don't think that I even thanked the sports complex for opening up their doors.
Yes, if you haven't been there, I actually just saw it for the first time this morning, and it's a beautiful place, and they've just been so accommodating and are helping us out. And like I said, it's a great way for you also in the community to look at such a great center, and there's a lot of things for kids to do.
And Stacy, your final thoughts. What would you like the community to know?
We just want everybody to know that we are here to help you protect your children. We're here to give you information. We're here to guide you on how you can talk to your kids, how you can keep everybody safe. And this event that we've put together is just a big celebration to engage our community and to empower the victims. Let our crime victims know that we are here for them, that the community supports them, that they are not in it alone, and engage our community to get involved.
That is just so true. I just cannot thank you ladies enough. And on the side note, how long has it taken you guys to get everything together?
Oh, I'd say about 8 months or so.
8 months.
In the planning. We just want to make sure that this is just a great, fun family event. Come out and get some exercise and get some great information and some food and walk away with a little bit of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I just want to thank you, Taylor, and thank you, Stacy, for coming out of your busy, busy, busy schedule today and speaking with me on the Alan Care Show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've been listening to the Alan Care Show, a show for women and their families. My special guests today have been Taylor Smith from the Allen Child Protection Center and Stacy Hesse from the Waterloo Police Department. We've been talking about ways to keep your children safe and our community safe. Please join me again 10 a.m. on Thursday, May 21st for our next edition of the Alan Care Show right here on KBBG FM. And thank you for listening.